Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and this is part 2 of what will likely be a 3-part series. And in part 1 I chose my 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper from the Jubilee collection, which is available at Spellbinders. And I showed you how to cut those 6 sheets of pattern paper according to the KCC 22 cutting guide, which is free. So if you are interested in playing along, then expand the description box below and you'll find a link of where you can download this free card sketch challenge. And what I did between parts 1 and 2 off camera was I actually went through each sketch and decided on a card base, maybe some additional pattern papers, some solid color cardstocks, just to finish the other elements that are part of that particular card sketch. And where I could, I cut them down to size so that as we assemble these, what I can focus on is the decorations and the sentiments. And so for that, I'm using other parts of this collection. So many good things. We've got chipboard embellishments, we have ephemera, we've got sentiments as ephemera. So I kind of love that there's both, because you're gonna find a boatload of sentiments and a boatload of things that you can use as focal images. And I really love that they are separate like this, so that you just get a lot to choose from and you get a good variety, as opposed to having just one pack of sentiments or ephemera, and it's a little bit of a mix of both, and you just never know if you're gonna need more sentiments versus more focal images. So I kind of like the fact that they've separated that out. And then we've got some puffy stickers that are mostly sentiments. And these I think are gorgeous. These butterfly, I think these are stickers, I'm pretty sure. And they're acetate and dimensional. So I love that. And then speaking of stickers, there's a sticker book. So several pages, lots of sentiments. I think they're mostly sentiments, and these are not super thick. So if you do need for them to be a little bit more substantial, you can always peel them off, put them onto some cardstock, just to make it a little bit more stable and substantive, and then use them. But if you're trying to keep your card relatively flat, maybe you don't need to. So lots of options there. So I'm gonna kind of keep that by my side. I'm gonna keep this by my side as well, just in case I need some additional pattern papers, because who knows, maybe once I start putting the sketches together, I'll find that I want to bring in some more pattern paper. So likely in this part, I will aim to maybe, there are 15 sketches in total. So I think what I'll do is probably aim for at least 1 through 7, possibly 1 through 8. And then the final part, I will do the latter half of the sketches. And as I put these cards together, I will talk you through my process, but I am going to speed this video up, because it does, at least for me, I'm a slow crafter. It does take a considerable amount of time to complete the entire challenge for me. And so the other thing about this is it's not really about speed and how quickly you put something together. Just enjoy the process and have fun. Don't stress about your choices. I picked these pattern papers really quickly, probably the fastest I've ever chosen a set of pattern papers, and so far I'm really happy about how everything is coming together, and I can't wait to see the final set of cards. So what I'll do is start putting things together, speed up the video, and if there are certain sketches that feel like they might require a little bit more explanation, maybe I'll slow that part down. But for the most part, I am going to just kind of talk through my choices and any tips and tricks that I might have to share. But I will speed this up so that we can get through all 15 sketches in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, so let's start off with sketch number one. And in fact, I probably won't do a voiceover for most of this video. I think I'll probably set a lot of it to music because we did a poll over on Patreon asking which of the 15 sketches were the trickiest. And it doesn't look like the first 7 sketches, it doesn't look like any of those made the top of the list. So I think that it's safe to say that a lot of these sketches are fairly straightforward. A couple of basic sort of tips that I would recommend are one, where you see white, gray, or black on a sketch, that is total free reign for you to pick and choose whatever you would like to put there, whether that's solid color cardstock, an embossed panel, anything that you would like. I tend to try to use even more pattern paper because when you're crafting with a beautiful collection like the Jubilee collection, and there are so many different lovely pattern papers to use, why not add more? So I tend to turn to my paper pad first, and if I can't find anything, then I will turn to solid color cardstocks. That's kind of my preferred go-to plan for filling those areas that are depicted in white, gray, or black on the sketch. The other thing to keep in mind is you can always change things up on the sketch a little bit. You don't have to be so exacting. So for example, on this sketch where there's that trapezoid gray piece, I put a chipboard sentiment banner. And where there was a circle shown, I used one of those cute little acetate butterflies. So at the end of the day, as long as the layout of the card looks more or less like how it's shown on the sketch, anything else that you do to kind of add your own personal touch or creative flair, that is totally up to you. And it's still a valid way to play along, and it still is would qualify you for winning prizes, because of course there are so many prizes that you can win every single month. So those are a couple of basic tips that I go by whenever I'm playing along with the Kendra's Card Challenge, because sketches in general are such a great jumping off point, and KCC is no different because it helps you to have a great foundation to start from. And similarly on this sketch, you can see there's only 2 pattern papers from the original 6 that we cut, and there's that big white space there, and I filled it with another pattern paper that is it's so monochromatic, it's almost like a solid, and I just love the color blocking of this sketch. And pattern paper is such an easy source to go to, because you know, especially if you're working from the same paper pad, that everything's gonna coordinate and look beautiful. So I'm gonna set the rest of this to music so that you can watch these cards come together, and I'll rejoin you at the end to just share a little recap of the 7 cards. Alright friends, let's take a look at the 7 cards that I made in this video. So here is sketch number 1. I just love these butterflies. They are beautiful with the foiling plus the extra lift from the wings. It's just really lovely. Then we have sketch number 2. It took me a while to figure out a nice collage here, but I'm really happy with where that landed. And I love the black cardstock here. I've become quite, or not cardstock, but pattern paper. I've become quite a fan of pattern papers that have like a really dark or even black background. I think it's just so striking. And then here is sketch number 3. This is another great one that has a lot of color blocking. And I did choose pattern papers for my initial 6 set that are pretty much non-directional, so that makes it really easy to craft with. You can really put those designs anywhere and it would work beautifully. Now this one I actually collaged up quite a lot in the center here, and it almost covers most of the pattern paper in the background, but what I did do was just add some low profile foam to some of those layers just to give them a little bit of lift, and I think that turned out really nicely. Then we've got sketch number 5. This is a really fun one. The color palette, like that minty green and the pink, it just looks really fun. And this basic layout is so easy to craft with because I just love the asymmetric pattern that the papers give you, and anything that you put over top of that is just going to be a lot of fun. Then we have sketch number 6. This is another one that's really got a little bit of that asymmetric pattern to it with the slanted cut here. I think those angled cuts really make it different and kind of special. So I went with a pattern paper that had even more angles in the background here. So that one's pretty fun. And then here's sketch number 7, which has that really lovely pinwheel effect. Now, I did actually go rogue a little bit, and instead of using the pattern paper that was originally cut for the little triangles, I opted for solid color cardstock instead, just to make this a little bit more prominent, because the 2 patterns that I had were they weren't different enough to offer enough contrast where you could really see that pinwheel pattern that the triangles create. So sometimes that happens, and you're totally okay to just go ahead and replace something that you originally cut with something else if that's what works better. So don't feel like just because you had it cut from your original 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern papers that you can't substitute or use something else if that's what ultimately will make your card satisfying for you. At the end of the day, you should love your cards, and if that means making some different design choices, then you should do that. Do what's right for the card, do what feels good for your aesthetics, and just have fun. Don't feel like you're super pinned in or tied to your choices at the very beginning of the process, because the whole idea behind card sketches is to kind of get your hands moving and start laying down a foundation, and then hopefully your creativity kicks in and you can just run with it wherever it happens to take you. Thanks so much for checking out part 2 of my Jubilee set of KCC 22 cards. I've got one more video coming up in a couple days from now, and you'll see the conclusion of cards 8 through 15, which I'll go over in a little bit more detail, specifically sketches number 9 and 11. Thanks again to all of my YouTube subscribers, and especially to my YouTube members. I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate everybody whenever you use my affiliate links. I know that some people even explicitly ask me for my links before they go to shop, and I have to tell you that just warms my heart, and I appreciate you so, so much. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.